Doesn't Mean a Thing by Ellington. Temprana es la Noche, Pastore. Caravan by Ellington and Tizal.
Come on, make them feel good. Yeah, all right. This is an excellent band, and obviously there's some wonderful teaching going on. My name is Bart Morantz. I'm from Dallas, Texas, and I flew in about an hour and a half ago, and it's well worth my trip just coming to hear this particular band. It's wonderful. I'm going to make a couple of suggestions while I'm up here. But overall, this is what it's about. It amazes me that this is a two-way school. That's what it said on the deal. And the reason I came up earlier was because I only had 2 scores, so I thought you're only doing 2 tunes. But I'm going to tell you something. I don't look at the scores because I already know the tunes. I wish I was right up here. It really helps me a lot. This is a big hall with very few people in it, and when I come up here, I can see things and understand a little bit better about what's going on as opposed to back there. I can't even see without my glasses on anyway, so... Let me make a couple of suggestions. Trumpet section, articulations on the first tune were terrific, okay, just dynamite. But what I would like you to do, as I came up here, I saw you pointing down a little bit, and I'm a little prejudiced because I'm a trumpet player. And if you're going to play down or into the stand, 2 things are going to happen. The articulations are going to change, okay? Articulation means the way we say it. And it's going to sound do dee da 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 do do dee. See, it's a little bit different. So you've got to put the stands down, maybe at an angle. Okay, the saxes don't have that because they're playing underneath the stand, and the sound comes straight out, right? And then point those horns up, hold them up a little bit. You know, when I play, sometimes I bend a little bit or whatever, but my bell is forward or into the microphone or whatever I'm playing, okay? So that's just one suggestion. Overall, though, I said this on the tape and in writing, the articulations over the entire band. This band has wonderful ensemble, and that's unique. It's hard to do in jazz music when you're used to marching or doing concert band work, and we don't do as much in the jazz area, so you should feel very, very good about that. Rhythm section, wonderful feel. You're all playing together. You're listening to each other. You're looking at each other. That's what it should be about, okay? And you're complimenting the band. It's not like rhythm section band. It's like ensemble, and that's what it should be. I'm going to make a couple of suggestions. Love your guitar solo. Terrific. Very, very, very nice. And the intonation between you and the saxes was superior. That's what it's supposed to be. And obviously there's some great teaching going on. So you're all working together, and you're also listening. Drums on the first tune. Take this with a grain of salt or a pound of pepper or whatever you want, but get off that hi-hat, okay? I mean, for the whole tune, right? And then we were playing 2 and 4 on the left hand on the snare. Okay, you don't want to do that for the whole tune, okay? There are a lot of big bands you can listen to, Count Basie, Stan Kenton, Woody Herman Orchestra, Thad Jones, Mel Lewis, Toshiko Hayashi, and many, many others. And if you listen to those, you'll hear them playing, like when we went into the swing feel on this last tune, when you were in the Latin, we're okay. Because Latin music is geared towards rock music. It's a straight 8th note. See, that's that straight 8th note. See, I just went from swing into a jazz feel because I know both of them real well. But we lean, at your age, more towards that straight 8th note because that's what we're listening to in Latin and rock music. So you got to do a little bit more listening because the band does tend to drag when you switch to that swing feel. See, that's what you got to start listening to. And I would start even with small group players like Steve Gadd, who's on the scene right now. And unfortunately, Tony Williams just left us about a month ago, but I would listen a lot to Tony Williams. He was 51 when he passed away, but he was with Miles at 16, Miles Davis, amazing drummer. So those are some suggestions. There's some really neat things going on over here, and I didn't hear the piano stepping on the guitar. You guys were listening to each other, and that's wonderful. I didn't have enough lead alto sax sometimes, okay? I want you to think saxophone section as a section, all right? You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, and then 5 down here. And think of that way in sound, so that you have a lead alto, a second alto, a third part, a fourth part, and then your bottom is either doubled in a 4-way close voicing or whatever with the bari. And it should be like this with everything in between filling and balanced. You want always a balanced sound, okay? Because that's the lead and that's the melody. Trombones, you've got to articulate just a little bit shorter. Short. okay? You know why? That's a big instrument. Look at the bell on it, you know. It's mighty big, boy. That's a big one. It's a little bit different than trumpet, okay? Trumpets blew the walls of Jericho down, not trombone. That's not going to do the Jericho thing, right? So you got to really articulate even shorter, otherwise it's a little muddy out there. Now these are just a few small suggestions, and the reason I've just said a few is because this band is well on its way to doing things very professionally, and for a 2A school, I'm just knocked out. Congratulations to you for coming here to the Southwest Festival and for knocking us out. How about it, folks? Good job.